This is Janet TV on the radio, and you're listening to Bring It In with Coach T, where we catch up with athletes from around the world. On today's show, we talk about a young lady making history and also why famous soccer star Hope Solo is in hot water. Heather, I can't believe that Hope Solo is in the news for domestic assault. Did you hear about this?
I did. I read it on Twitter.
I mean, this is big news. She was intoxicated at a family party and allegedly assaulted her 17-year-old nephew. And this is a he said, she said an account, so as Solo's lawyer says that she's the victim here. I mean, this entire situation is so damaging to a person's image, and Solo has worked so hard on having a strong and empowering image for young girls. I hope there's no wrongdoing on her part, but if in fact she didn't do anything wrong.
That's the thing. Like, you just don't know what happened. Let me tell you from my experience, generally speaking, I'm not talking about Hope Solo in any way. People don't freak out. Goalkeepers are crazy, okay? If you talk to any one of them, they have to be a little bit nuts. I'll tell you a story about one of my teammates in college. She's diving to get a ball that's shot on her from a set piece. Misses it and wraps her head around the pole, like hits the pole with her face. She gets up, half her front tooth is missing, and she's mad that she missed the ball. We're like, you don't have a front tooth. She didn't care. Goalkeepers are weird. They're crazy. So when you're talking about a goalkeeper, you're talking about somebody that has to be a little bit different in the way that they think. So if this happened, and it happened the way it appears to have gone down, which is, it's a shame. I mean, if, in fact, she did hit her nephew, come on. Oh, you're better than that. You know, if it's still a child, he's 17, but that's still your nephew. You know, we don't want to get into that. But if she didn't, then it's a terrible thing. She needs to be better at positioning herself to not get in trouble or appear to get in trouble. I will say goalkeepers are generally the craziest people on the field because they have to be. And the most athletic. It's something she can't recover from. I mean, there are NFL players that, you know, beat their wives and shoot people or shoot themselves. They are accused of murder and get off from it, and they come back and now they're heroes. So, I mean, the American public has a very, very short memory.
I did want to talk to you about that specifically, you know, male athletes versus women athletes, and our women athletes held to a higher standard. And as you kind of had mentioned, there's several male athletes who have charges against them for worse offenses, and the fans seem to be able to separate their off-the-field mistakes. Do you think that if the assault sticks, soccer fans, female athletes will be as forgiving?
That's a good question. I don't think it's anything as far as male, female, whatever. I think it's more along the lines of it's not that common. You see male athletes and they're literally which ones? You know, like you have so many different male athletes to muddle the pool that it's pretty easy to kind of get lost in the crowd, right? I mean, you've got however many teams, and each, you know, sport has very well-known players and not so well-known players, and, you know, you kind of get lost in the crowd with them. So female athletes, if you're known around the country, you're not very common. I mean, it's a handful of women that have made it to that level where it has to be really good. And I think that also goes into if you're good, people forgive. So it doesn't matter. That's what happens with these players that in the NFL or basketball or whatever, they beat their wives, they hit somebody, they get into a fight, shoot somebody. They're also some of the best players on the field. They're very exciting to watch. You forget about it because, man, they're just so good and they're just so athletic. And I think that Hope is that good that she can go past that. Let me tell you, Hope is probably one of the most athletic people playing soccer right now. But I know A&M played Washington, who she played for, I believe, in a playoff. I think it was the Sweet 16, and I think she was there because their goalkeeper was phenomenal. So I'll tell you, if we did in fact play against her, she's a freak. So I think a long way of saying she can do it because she's good, and if she continues to kind of keep her nose clean and be good, don't forget about it.
Well, I mean, as you said, women athletes work hard to get their names known for being great athletes, and we rarely hear of them having a negative image. But, I mean, we'll see how fans react to the situation once it's resolved. But in other news, I want to introduce you to Shelby Osborne, who is making history playing football for Campbellsville University in Kentucky, where she will play defensive back. And she's making history because no woman has played that position in men's college football. Now, Heather, you have played football in high school. What is the defensive back position like, and how do you think she'll do?
Listen, what I'm going to say probably isn't the most popular. Not to take anything away from her, and her getting there, I think it's awesome. I will tell you that I played football in middle school and a little bit in high school. There is a light year jump that happens from, I don't know what it is, all the hormones kick in, the boys get tall, they get big, they get strong, and they get much, much faster than you. The defensive back is going to be marking wide receivers, and she is all about speed, quickness, and vertical. So she's a good disadvantage. It doesn't matter if it's D3. Listen, a fast girl is a average dude. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, it's an unpopular thing. Women are just as good. Ladies, they're faster, they're bigger, and they're stronger. It's just, I don't know. I mean, she earned her way there. Now, whether she'll play, I don't know. And if she does, are they going to go after her? Oh my God, yes. She's going to get tested over and over and over and over again. She will get drilled into the ground over and over and over again. I wouldn't be shocked if they hurt her. They'll hurt her on purpose. That's just how it is. They're going to do that. They tried with me, but they were smaller. So, it's tough. I don't know why, but she's following the dream. Power to her. It's going to be interesting.
Well, it sure will be exciting to go watch. If anybody's in the area to go watch her. But we congratulate her for her accomplishment and making history, and we wish her luck in the upcoming season. Stay with us for more updates on women's sports. This is Coach T, and you're listening to Janet TV on the radio.